What's up, everybody? It looks like I started on the wrong screen. That's alright, I'm the free-to-play Padawan. I love Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, but I hate spending money on mobile games. And I believe that you can dominate this game without spending a dime. And I'm getting to the point where I'm going to stop saying that I believe you can do it. And I might just start saying that I'll prove you can do it, because that's what we're doing, you guys. We are dominating this game, and we're not spending even a dime. We're clearing like at least 600 crystals a day from our, daily activities or whatever, and we're just having a big old time doing it. If this is your first free-to-play Padawan stream or video, welcome. I'm so excited to have you. I want to tell you just a little bit about what I'm doing. I am trying to see how well a free-to-play player can do in the game against a bunch of whales. Like in the squad arena, you can't... that's not the right button. In the squad arena, there's going to be people that are paying lots of money. In the fleet arena, there's going to be people that are paying lots of money. But look at us, we're rank 91. We're hanging in with the big boys, and we're only getting started. We're only getting started. In the fleet arena, we're doing even better, but we are pursuing a plan that is fleet-focused, guild-focused, trying to get into a good guild and then trying to earn the right to stay in that guild by going for the things that the guild wants. We got Duran in the chat. Hey, what's up, Duran? Good to see you, my friend. First chat of the stream. You win the prize today for first chat of the stream. And I am streaming my progress. This is day 138 of this new account. I've been streaming since day one, twice a week. I stream, and I'm trying to create a system that can be followed by other new players. I want to be a new player focused channel. So if you're a new player and you have any questions, or even if you're a mid-game player and you have any questions, throw them in the chat, throw them in the comments down below. Look at the description down below and you'll see a link to the Free-to-Play Nation Discord. Come hang out in the Discord, ask me or any of Free-to-Play Nation questions there. We have a lot of smart people there. And we have a lot of fun hanging out, making jokes, sharing memes, all kinds of stuff going on there. So today, to start this off, we have to start off with a squad arena battle, because I don't think we've done any. Okay, we've done one. We've done run, but we are rank 91. So we got to try this out. Now, normally I would try to check speeds on a team like this, but I think that we're gonna be all right. I think we're gonna be all right. Duran says, nice to hear. Haha, how you doing today? Man, I'm doing great. It's Friday. Happy weekend, everybody. I hope everybody's got something fun planned for the weekend. I know I do. It's starting right here with you guys. We're starting off the weekend strong. I just got home from work about, I don't know, like an hour ago, a little over an hour ago, and then I scrambled to get everything ready for the stream. But I'm having a big old time already, and I'm excited to hang out with you guys tonight. We're going to hang out. We're going to talk about 3v3. We're going to talk about ships. We're going to talk about all kinds of stuff. Matthew H. Hi, all. What's up, Matthew H? Good to see you, my friend. Duran says, ready for 3v3 GAC? It will be your first, right? For this account, it will be my first. It will not be my first, 3v3 GAC for... I better kill this guy before I kill that guy, or he's going to get upset. It will not be my first 3v3 GAC ever, but yes, for this account, it will be my first. And I've been trying to focus in the 5v5 area. I've been trying to focus on making 6-man teams instead of 5-man teams, so that by the time 3v3 rolled around, we would hopefully be all right. This is my favorite part about any Kylo Ren fight. Whenever you kill everybody else off, you just put it on auto, and you wait for that sweet silent strike by Spy. We got Visla Valarian in the chat. Can't join you live, but jumped in to say hi and good luck tonight. Thanks, Visla, man. Thank you so much for jumping in and warming my heart with the on-stream comment. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. I hope you have a good night and a good weekend, man. Yeah, this crew, man, with the crew lead, if he's got it zated, and if they have relics on their crew and good mods, the crew can take some damage. But crew cannot stand up against the might of Relic 5 Spy. And hopefully we'll see that here in a second. This is taking a hot minute to kill this crew. There it is, 168,000 damage from our boy Geonosian Spy. getting the stream started off right. We're jumping to the maximum possible rank for our current situation there, and we might try that again on the next time. Duran says, damn, your spy is dealing some heavy damage. Yes, sir, he is the only character I have above gear 11, and I got him up to relic 5. He is absolutely my pride and joy at this point. Absolutely my pride and joy, and I'm working on getting all the other Geos up to gear 12. But the Malevolence event really put a wrench in the plans, because a lot of the gear that I need comes from Dark Side energy, and the Malevolence farm required light side energy, and you know I was going to try to take advantage of that light side energy if I could. We got Cody Bowden in the chat. Padawan, you amazing, man. How you doing? Man, I'm doing amazing. I'm feeling amazing. I'm looking amazing, as you all already can easily tell. And I'm excited to see all you guys. Good to see you, Cody Bowden. How are you doing, sir? I hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing well. But let's just have a little looky-loo since we're talking about the Malevolence. How did we do? We did not push very hard, but we did get lucky, you guys. Look at this. We had 30 shards, 30 Malevolent shards when that 1 week event rolled around, and we now have 123 shards. Now, I was not trying to unlock the Malevolence during this event. Even if I had unlocked the Malevolence, I would not be using it yet because I am not ready to use the Malevolence yet. I still am working on the Hyena Bomber. I'm still working on the Vulture Droid. My Grievous is not even 7 stars yet. He's gear, whatever that is, 8, 7. I don't know. It's not high. It's not high. But I'm excited. That takes a lot of time off the Malevolence farm, and I'm super excited about that, you guys. It took me 2 months to get 30 shards, and then I got almost 100 in 1 week. Amazing. What a gift from CG. What a gift. Cody Bowden says, also, Star Wars Theory is going to be live doing a St. Jude's charity stream. Great Star Wars channel and a great cause. Is that tonight? Is that during my stream? Hopefully not. Hopefully I didn't pick a bad time to stream. And if it is during my stream, you guys feel free to go over there and support the charity, support Star Wars Theory. I have seen a few videos from Star Wars Theory, but I am not super familiar with a lot of what they do. Yeah, Matthew 8 says it saves so much get to. Absolutely. Absolutely. And we're going to keep on trucking. The plan originally was to get Malevolence all the way to 7 stars before we even start on the Negotiator. So that just makes it easier. That means we could start on the Negotiator sooner because we'll be getting the Malevolence to 7 stars sooner. I am messing with my face a lot right now, guys. I apologize. Trying to control myself. Don't want to pick a booger on the stream. That would be gross. That would be gross. All right. In the Cantina store, we are going for Stormtrooper Han. Someday, we're going to go for CLS. And once we do, we're going to need Stormtrooper Han. Let's not do the guild store yet because we have some stuff to claim and that'll give us some more currency. Look at this, you guys. My first time on this account ever getting rank 1 for the pit raid. I almost cleared the whole pit raid with the Geos on auto. That relic 5 spy is really putting in work. Plus I got a lot of lucky RNG because the Rancor 8 Poggle and then the Rancor 8 Sunfac. So all my big damage dealers stuck around all the way to the end. So he would eat like 1 Geo per round, and the rest of the Geos just kept on cranking it out. If he eats Spy, then that's it. The damage is pretty much over. But yeah, rank 1, let's see what we get for that. Pit Fighter, cool title. We get an awesome portrait. Look at that big old open mouth Rancor. We get a bunch of this stuff, some credits, and honestly, the gear is not that awesome for this particular poll, but it's still good. It's still good. We'll take it. We will take it. And we also got, this is going to be the last shards that we need to get our Han Solo to 7 stars. So we're going to do that on the stream today. And even though we're not ready to use our Han Solo yet, we don't have the CLS team, we don't have Chewie, there are some uses for Han Solo, but the main reason I'm going to go ahead and get him to 7 stars, even though I'm super low on credits, is because our guild wants to simulate this raid. And the guild needs a certain number of its members to have 7-star Han Solo in order to sim the raid. And so if you're in a guild that is not simming the raid and you have the opportunity to take your Han Solo to 7 stars, even if he's at Gear 1 level 1, help your guild, take him to 7 stars, and it will be better for everybody to sim the raid. Everybody gets better rewards, except for like rank 1. Everybody but rank 1 gets better rewards, and so it really helps your guild out. So we're gonna do that here in just a moment. We got rank 13 for the tank. Very nice, we'll take that. And then some random currency from customer support. I don't know what that is for, but I'll take that for sure. For sure. Oh, and we can activate Kenobi. Gosh, we might do that too, because we need him for our Padme team, but we're not sitting on any credits right now. We might hold off until the next GAC cycle for that. We'll see. Cody Bonus says, I am great. Feeling like I'm making good progress in my Swaga account lately. Only 1 shard away from a 7-star Slave 1 ship. Ooh, baby, that might happen today or tomorrow. That's awesome. The charity stream is happening now. Oh, well, it's on for hours. Okay, all right, cool. Well, I might even check it out after the stream. And if we wrap up early, maybe we'll wrap up early to let you guys be able to go over there and check it out, because I don't want to steal from charity. That's not why I'm here. That's not why I'm here. Javan says, wow, really nice, mate. Geo's doing the heavy work. Yeah, buddy, those Geos, they're not good in the raids, but in the Rancor, sometimes you get good RNG and you can do some big damage. Cody Bonin, one day I hope to advertise for a Padawan charity stream. For sure, man, that would be awesome. That would be awesome. We got Bobby in the chat. What's cooking, good looking? What's up, Bobby? What's up, man? I like the new, I almost said Ewok. I like the new koala bear. Is that a koala bear? I like the picture. It's looking good, man. It's looking good. And it looks like you changed your name from Bobby Backhand to just straight Bobby. Just being true to yourself. I love it. I love it. Duran says, that's from the shock bug. They mistyped, saying they were sending 500 get to, but it was meant to be 200. But then they felt bad and gave the other 300 to match the 500 from the first statement. Awesome. Yeah, I remember we got the 5 watt shards and the 200 get too. But an extra 300, we'll take it. We will take it. I love it. Let's knock out some more dailies while we are chatting away over here. Always do these challenges, you guys. The gear is great and it's about to get better. The gear is about to get better. We were in the middle of doing our shipments, I remember. And now we have more of this currency. So, First Order Special Forces TIE Pilot is the character we're going for in this store currently. Whenever we're in this store, we always want to take a look at the cheap gear and make sure we have at least 50 of it. So it'll be to the left of young Han Solo, and then sometimes above his head as well. And we have plenty of this. So these 3 pieces are generally cheap. We try to make sure we keep at least 50 of those. And then we look at the raid exclusive gear and try to keep a good stockpile of this. I think I'm going to grab some of these because we have, you know, less than 100. We need 50 of these at a time, so I'll try to get toward the next 50. These we talked about last stream. We need these for relics. We also need them for lots of characters. So I think I'm going to buy both of these. We don't want to go too crazy with these, but we do need lots of them. Gosh, we need about everything that's here. We need about everything that's here, and I need about 1 million of these right now. Honestly, probably I need like 350 of these, no lie. But I really want to farm them with energy because the node that you get them from is very lucrative. So I'm going to try not to buy these out of the store. We'll see if that works. All right, Bobby says, yes, sir, keeping it simple. How you doing, my friend? Man, Bobby, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Having fun, loving life, loving my beautiful wife. It's a good day. It's a good weekend. I appreciate you asking, sir. Duran, CG doing CG stuff. Yeah, we'll take it, Duran. We'll take it. We'll always take free stuff. All right, we're done with Plo Koon. Look at that. We got Plo Koon's ship farmed up. We don't have it, you know, we haven't put it down to the bottom line, but we're done with his ship. And we are trying to keep a baseline of 400 currency in here in case the Umbaran Starfighter shows up in here or another rare ship that we want. And when we have more than 400, we are trying to get Captain Phasma up to 330, which we're pretty close. Pretty close on Captain Phasma. In this store, we're going for our Galactic Republic ships. We're done with the Clone Sergeant. We're done with Plo. We're done with Vader. Rex is finished. We're going for Plo. Plo is close. We need 250 to finish out Plo right here. And I've actually started going for the TIE Fighter pilot because I am going to, and I guess we might as well snag his ship too. I'm going to be going for the Empire fleet once I get my Malevolence. So I want my Tarkin to keep running a fleet after the Geos go with the Malevolence. So I'm going to start kind of farming up some Empire ships. We've already got Vader's ship in the works. We're going to get the Imperial TIE Fighter in the works and some other good Empire ships because we don't want to have a ship fleet commander all the way leveled up and geared up with no fleet to run. That would be sad times. We don't have enough of this currency right here to buy this, and we're saving this currency. This is called Get One. We're saving this for gas once we do eventually unlock gas. Bobby says, ha ha ha, wonderful. Thank you, Bobby. Thank you. All right, I have started purchasing some laptops here, the battle computers. I try to buy the spiky ones most of the time, but with this currency, the best thing to buy for sure is Kyrotech. There's always one of the two types of Kyrotech right here, and I think I'm gonna try to get 100 of this before I stop buying it. And then I'm just gonna try to stack a bunch of the spiky ones. And I just don't spend this currency on anything else but that right there. We're gonna see how that works for our account. Right here, we are looking for the pulse modulator, and then we go to the left of it, and this is where we find gear 12 plus gear right here. I'm trying to keep at least 40 of each of these because that's what we need for a piece of gear 12 plus. Oh, and I forgot to check for stun guns. No stun guns. All right. Let's do another squad arena battle. Let's go. Can we do this? I don't know. Let's try it. Let's try it. Once I get more relics on my Geos, we're going to be able to reliably take out Jedi Knight Revan teams. But for now, I'm not sure. All right. Wow, their Anakin is actually the fastest one. Even faster than Jedi Knight Revan. That is interesting. That is interesting. All right, we can take an AoE from Anakin while we have full health and everything, so I'm not worried about that. The number one thing I am worried about is we do not want Master Yoda. We do not want Master Yoda. Oh, they don't even have Jolie on this team. I just realized. Well, then we should be able to pull this off, hopefully. I don't want Master Yoda to steal stealth from Spy. But, you know what? I think we're gonna let him. I think we're gonna let him. Okay, he didn't steal stealth. Oh, this is not good. This is really not good. All right, come on, Spy. You gotta get this kill. All right, we're still in this. It doesn't look like we're still in this. Dog, man, they got big damage. Yeah, that was ugly. That was ugly. They don't have a lot of speed on that team, but they have a lot of offense. They have a lot of offense. I think next time we're going to try going for Anakin first. I think we are going to try that team again. We'll just try going for Anakin first because that was nasty. All right, let's do some more dailies. I love being able to auto battle that. No thank you on Poe, not yet. It's always good to not upgrade characters until you're ready to use them. Definitely better to wait. Definitely better to wait. All right, and let's jump into the ship area. We got some challenges to do over here. All right, let's spend some energy. Let's spend some energy. Once we get most of our dailies done, we're going to be jumping into this 3v3 discussion. And if we have time today, I want to do a roster review on my old account, my original account. Not so much to review it as to make fun of it, because I unlocked and upgraded a lot of characters that, we don't want to buy that. We don't want to buy that. I almost bought that. I unlocked and upgraded a lot of characters that were not good. I mean, you know, I didn't know what I was doing. It's fine. And there's nothing wrong with the account. I could probably pick it up and start playing it. I wouldn't be able to do anything in Fleet Arena or Squad Arena, but I could still have some fun with it. But I ended up quitting that account when Grand Arena came out because I kept fighting against everybody I fought against had both Jedi Knight Revan and Darth Revan. I didn't have either. I didn't stand a chance. And it's just not fun when you lose all the time. It's just not fun. All right, so let's go to our current farms. We already farmed this. Yes. Let's make sure. Oh, wow, the Hyperdrive bundle? Really? I could buy that? No! I don't want to buy it. Keep your Hyperdrive bundle. All right, what's next? Droideka. Find Droideka. We already farmed Droideka too. All right, so we're already making progress on our daily farms. We also adjusted our farms during the event, the Malevolence event. So now we can go back to farming our dark side stuff too. 2 Houndstooth shards, I love it. I'll take it. We got enough for a 5-star Houndstooth, you guys. It might be time to get that puppy upgraded and throw him in the Mace fleet. It might be time for that. I've been kind of waiting until we get some decent stars on him. 5 stars is kind of getting there. All right, so Bossk that's our farms there, and we also farmed the Hyena Bomber, which I believe is dark side. I'm totally drawing a blank right now. Yeah, there it is. So that's our 5 farms. 3 Hyena shards today. Almost 5 stars on that one as well. And we're gonna spend the rest of that energy on some gear. So we just started breaking into relics, right, you guys? So I had to farm some of this, and some of this for relics. Well, now that we're starting to farm these things, I decided I wanted to have like a baseline inventory, kind of like I'm doing a lot of these gear pieces. So I decided I want to have 50 of these, 100 of these, and 200 of these. I figure, you know, double it. The easier that it gets, I double how many I have. So if I have 50 of these, 100 of these, and 200 of these, then I'm going to stop farming these and start farming characters again. Because you got to draw a line somewhere and say, how do you know when it's time to farm this? How do you know when it's time to farm that? I'm going to try that. We're going to see how that works. See how that works for us. We are farming tenacity mods currently. And I'm very excited about farming tenacity mods. They are not the greatest mods to use as a 2-piece set to go with another 4-piece set, but they're great if you use them as 3 2-piece sets. You can get a lot of tenacity on a character. And tenacity causes you to resist debuffs, so it can really help your team survive. For our fleet farms, we are farming Anakin. We are farming Boba Fett. Turn the music down just a little bit. I want to make sure it's not coming through the mic. I'm sorry if it's been coming through the mic, you guys. Sometimes I just get jamming and I don't even realize. We are farming the Umbaran Starfighter. Making good progress on him. We got him able to go to 6 stars. And Vader. Now the ships that we're farming are either so that we can unlock the Finalizer for SLKR, or so that we can get the Negotiator fleet up and running under Mace Windu, under the Endurance. So that is the reason that we're farming the ships we are farming, either from the Malevolence fleet, the Negotiator fleet, or to unlock the Finalizer. One of those 3. So let's spend the rest of our energy right here. Okay, now that we don't have the Malevolence event going on anymore, we can prioritize who we want to upgrade, and I think I want to upgrade Soldier next, because he feels like he's the squishiest one, and almost everybody needs these Mark IV back to gel salvage, and you need 50 of them at a time. I don't think Poggle needs it, but Sunfac needs it. Mark IV back to gel. And I need it twice on Brute Alpha. One here, one here. Craziness. We're just gonna do them one at a time. No sense getting overwhelmed. Just think about these characters one at a time instead of getting overwhelmed with it. And also, we can farm them from fleet and regular energy But this right here, 9C, this is the node. This is the money-making node right here. It's got a bunch of pieces of gear. One of them is good for the second to the best. Well, not the second to the best anymore now that Relic 8 is out. But this piece right here, not only is it needed for several characters, but it's also good relic scrap. This is obviously the piece we need. This piece right here, I believe, is also good relic scrap, and I think at least another one of these is good relic scrap. So we're just gonna try to be patient. We're gonna try to get all of these, all 700 or whatever we need to get our geos up to relic. We're gonna try to get them all from this node right here, which means we're gonna have to find creative places to spend our fleet energy. And I know for sure that this piece right here can be farmed with fleet energy, and so that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna farm it right here. You always gotta know where's your fleet energy going and where's your regular energy going, because you don't wanna be sitting on energy. That is a big waste. A big waste. All right, we have a little more time here. Let's see how we're doing on our dailies. And then once we do one more squad arena battle, we are gonna jump into this 3v3 conversation. And you guys know, just like before, I need help naming these teams. I am no good at creatively naming anything. And you guys came up with some fantastic name for the teams before in the 5v5. While we're waiting on the squad arena to be available, let's just have a little look and see what you guys came up with. The Bronze Beauties, that was mine, and it's not even that good, but I'm married to that idea. So that's, you guys came up with Protect Sean up. I love it, because it's Basilisk Sean and she gives protection up. Beautiful. Chum Bucket, I have no idea where that came from, but that's the name of our bounty hunters now and forever. They're named Chum Bucket. Emperor's Fist, very cool name for Emperor Palpatine led Empire. Twice the Pride, Double the Fall. We ended up landing on Double the Fall for this team right here. And people have fallen on it multiple times already. Even as low gear as it is, people have fallen on it. And then Utter Garbage. The poor Phoenix. The poor Phoenix get no love. They're actually not utter garbage, but people love to hate them. There we go. Let's try this again. Let's see what happens if we go for Anakin first, because he kind of wrecked our world a lot. I was going to say he wrecked our world a little bit, but he wrecked our world a lot. So whenever you're fighting Jedi Knight Anakin, you have to remember that whoever the first Jedi that you kill is going to come back to life automatically through Jedi Knight Revan's passive ability. Let's take all that stuff off. Okay, so he just came back to life. You guys see that? Now we need to kill him again. So I think we can afford to do this right now. We'll get a double assist from everybody. Let's take that healing. No, let's not take the healing immunity off. Let's just rock a basic. All right, we should get some explosives out there because they don't have tenacity up anymore. All right, let's go ahead and finish him off. Now, he's not coming back. So they can still kill us, right? They still have a good damage dealer here in Yoda, and now he's in stealth. So that's bad. But the next thing I think we're going to do is we're going to try to kill Jedi Knight Revan. Let's use our taunt, because that will attack him without doing damage. When they have this ability here, Legendary Battle Meditation, they have increased counter chance. So that means that when we hit him, he has a chance to counter, but not if he's dead. Not if he's dead. All right, so that we can stop the battle meditation from persisting, let's kill Bastila. The battle meditation comes from Bastila. Let's get a heal and a cleanse. This is feeling way better than last time. I was just silly not going for Anakin first. Just silly not going for Anakin first. Now it doesn't matter that you're in stealth, Yoda, because you're the only one left. And a nice basic from Spy to finish it off. Excellent. All right. Now, let's get in to this 3v3 discussion. We are unfortunately not going to be able to make top 50, so we're probably not going to come back to that. It depends on how our 3v3 discussion goes. All right. So, when you're making... Let's go back to our 5v5 squads. When you're making 5v5 squads like we've done here, hit Grand Arena tab, make some teams, name them if you want to, have some fun. You always want to think of them as actually 6-man teams instead of 5-man teams. Because if you have an additional person in mind that you can add to the team, then that means that you can split it down the middle and have 2 3v3 teams. So in each one of your teams, think about who could I add to this team and then split it in half and make 3v3 teams. So you'll see as we switch over to our 3v3 tab that that's kind of what we've done. That's kind of what we've done. So just take a look at these teams. We see you either want to take somebody out of the team and then you've only got 4 people left, and then you just disregard one person and you've got a 3v3 team, or add somebody to the team. The idea is to try to make your whole roster work for you. So let's click on the 3v3. I'm not married to the idea of any of these teams. So anybody in the chat, anybody in the comments, we've got a lot of intelligence out there. If you have some ideas of different suggestions of different teams we could use, let me know. We'll change it up, we'll add them, we'll take them off, whatever. We want, I've said it before and I'll say it again, I'm not very good at Grand Arena. Last season we got very lucky, but you guys are going to see as the account goes forward, this is not a Grand Arena focused account. This account is focused on growth, fast growth, building momentum, and being able to go after whatever you want, doing well in the raids, doing well in the arenas, being able to achieve whatever goals you want in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. And in order to do that, I'm sacrificing Grand Arena viability by over-relicking certain characters and relicking whole teams at once instead of just relicking one person in the team. I'm willing to do worse in Grand Arena so that I can do better in everywhere else in the game. But we're still going to try in Grand Arena. We're still going to give it our best shot. Duran says, I can help you with that, but I'm busy at the moment. Well, that's fine, Duran. We could talk about it in the Discord later. If you see anything on the stream or hear anything, I'm going to be trying to speak the words, the names of all these characters so that you guys can hear it, because I personally, when I watch YouTube, I do it at work, right? And I can't look at my phone, but I can hear it. So I like to listen to YouTubers who are more descriptive so that I can follow what's going on even though I can't see it. Bobby says, I'm here for your face. Well, Bobby, we got to get at least one name in here from you. Just an honorary Bobby, because you're one of my best friends. You got to be able to name one of these teams. So if you see one that, if you see one that you like, we'll call it whatever you want to call it, all right? That's a Padawan guarantee right there. All right, you guys, so the Bronze Beauties. I brought the name over from the 5v5. This is what I believe to be the core of the Geonosian team. Geonosian Brood Alpha, Geonosian Spy, and Geonosian Soldier. All right, you can change this up. You can change this up. You can put Poggle in there instead. You can put Sunfac in there instead. And it really depends on if you're trying to use this team on offense or defense. I'm planning to use this team on offense because it has my only relic in it. And if they were to put their best team on defense, this team is going to do well against it. It's pretty much going to do well. The reason that Soldier is the third, Brood Alpha is the lead, that's kind of obvious. Geonosian Brood Alpha is the best leader for Geonosians. The Geonosian Soldier is there because he is the engine for Spy's turn meter. Every time Soldier does a basic attack, Spy gets 35% turn meter. Every single time on Soldier's turn, that is. When Soldier has a turn, he uses his basic on his turn. Spy gets 35% turn meter. So this will help. Soldier is fast. This will help Spy go second. Soldier will go first. And then Spy can silent strike somebody early in the fight and get the momentum going our way. So that's the reason for the Bronze Beauties. And now we have our other two Geos here. And what I've done is I've added Jango Fett into the team. So we have Poggle the Lesser lead. Poggle lead, Jango Fett, and Sunfac. All right? So let's take a look at what Poggle lead does. Poggle is the only other Geonosian leader, and his lead gives Separatist allies 30% extra offense, right? Droid allies recover 10% health whenever they attack out of turn or damage a target locked enemy. So, Poggle can lead Separatist droids, or really any droids, but especially Separatist droids. Poggle can lead Separatist droids particularly well, also because of his Hive Tactics passive. Let's take a look at this. Poggle has 5% evasion for each other ally with Hive Mind. That's not going to be anybody. That's not going to be this team in 3v3. There's going to be no Hive Mind. But Separatist allies without Hive Mind have 25% more offense and gain an additional 25% offense for each defeated ally. So we have 30% offense from the lead, 25% more offense from his unique. And then we have Jango Fett's payout here. We're only on tier 2, and we need to get this to tier 3 before the next 3v3 season. Before Monday, I guess. So whenever Jango Fett receives rewards from a contract, or when the leader is another Separatist ally, which Poggle is Separatist, he also gains the following payout. Payout, Jango Fett gains 50% more offense. So what this does is this creates a very damaging Jango Fett. And if we upgrade his ability the rest of the way, he not only gains 50% offense, but he gains damage immunity for 2 turns, which cannot be dispelled or prevented. So even this is absolutely a defensive team. We're gonna put this team on defense, and what's gonna happen is, I don't know who's gonna go first. The enemy is probably gonna go first, but as soon as the battle starts, Jango's already gonna have his payout: 50% extra offense, plus 30% offense from Poggle, plus 25% offense from Poggle, and then it doesn't matter who they attack first. Even if they kill these other 2 guys, Jango still has 2 turns of damage immunity. So unless they stun him, he's going to have 2 turns to deal damage. He's probably going to do his flamethrower attack, and then he's going to do his rocket attack. And if this team doesn't get a hold, it will definitely steal some banners. So that's the point of this team, to steal some banners. Jango does well if you're not going to put him with the bounty hunters, which he does really well with the bounty hunters, but if you're not going to put him with the bounty hunters, definitely put him under a Separatist lead. And I could be wrong, but I don't think that Jango's own lead counts as a Separatist lead. So let's go in here real quick before we go any further. Let's make sure that we get this payout upgraded the rest of the way. We need him to be level 80. Do we have enough credits for that? Yes, we do. There we go. Do we have the materials we need to upgrade this? Ooh, it's expensive, but it's worth it. The damage immunity is worth it. All right, so there we go. That team is now ready for what it's going to do. Now let's go down to the next team, okay? All right. And be thinking, you guys, of a name for the Poggle Jango Sunfac team. There's a lot of opportunities for a name here. Think about it. Throw it in the chat. What do you guys think we should name this team? All right, next team. More Separatists. I've gone a little Separatist crazy, but we got more Separatists. So this team's going to be on defense. This team's going to be on offense. That's the plan. All right. Now the Newt lead. You guys know how much I love Newt Gunray and his lead. When he's in the leadership slot, if you have his lead maxed out, which is only Omegas, it's not a Zeta, then the extortion goes to another random enemy if they don't cleanse it, right? So with him being the lead, he's going to put extortion as often as he can on the enemy. The extortion is going to do all the great things that extortion does. And what Dooku is going to do, Dooku's purpose on this team, so just for those who are listening and not watching, this is Newt Gunray, Count Dooku, and Magna Guard, alright? Those are the 3 on this team. This is another defensive team that I'm wanting to use. So what Dooku's going to do is I got his Master of Makashi special maxed out. And what that does is it dispels all debuffs on himself, and all non-tank Separatist allies gain turn meter and stealth. So what's going to happen? Dooku, who's pretty fast, he's not wicked fast, but he's pretty fast for this division. He's 238 speed. He's going to open up. He's going to go first. he's going to put Newt and himself in stealth, and all that's going to be left sticking out is Magnagard. Now, Magnagard is low gear, and he's low level. Somebody with a really big team is going to like say, I don't even care that Magnagard's sticking out. But if you have a similarly geared team, it's going to be hard to kill this team because Magnagard's going to counterattack a bunch. Newt Gunray is going to be putting the extortion on you. Count Dooku and Newt are going to be staying in stealth. Most of the fights, you're going to have to go for Magnagard. It's also going to steal banners. I don't know if it's going to get any holds, but it's going to steal banners. So this is what I'm doing with my Separatists, these first 3 teams. Duran says, I personally would prefer to use Jango with Newt, but it works pretty well with what you have as well. So Duran is saying that if we were to put Jango here instead of, would it be instead of Dooku or instead of Magnagard? Which one would you replace? And then whoever you replace could go up with Poggle instead. So it would be Poggle and then maybe Dooku and Sun Fac. If you went Poggle, Dooku, Sun Fac, then Dooku would still do his move first. Poggle and Dooku would go under stealth, and Sun Fac would be sticking out. That would work really well too. The best Newt team that I know of in 3v3 is Newt, Jango, and B1. If you put B1 Battle Droid with Newt and Jango, forget about it. That team is going to get some holds. Also, Droideka does well under Newt. A lot of people do well under the Newt lead, but the Separatists have a lot of good leads. We got Newt, we got Poggle. Poggle isn't a great lead, but he's good for 3v3. And then the Brood Alpha, obviously. I love it. All right, now, for another offensive team. We have Bastila, Old Ben, and Yoda. Now, this is what I'm talking about. Let me pull the screen down a little bit further. This is, if you look here, Bastila, Old Ben, and Yoda, Anakin, and Ahsoka. That's our 5-man Jedi team, right? Well, what did I do last stream? I activated Padme, got her up another gear level or so, and I put both of her Zetas on. So now Padme is going to be leading Anakin and Ahsoka, and Bastila is going to be leading Old Ben and Yoda. So I now have 2 teams, 2 3v3 teams, because I added Padme, basically added Padme to the Jedi team. So Duran is saying I would use Dooku with Asajj instead. So Duran, you're saying you would use the Dooku lead with Asajj? Or would you use the Asajj lead? I'm not sure. I don't have an Asajj right now. I might have her like Gear 1 level 1, but she's not on my radar for this Grand Arena. But I'll see what you say about Dooku, Asajj, who would be the leader and who would be the third. I wonder who would be the third in that one. Okay, so, and we need names. We need names for these teams, you guys. And if we don't have, if you can't put some names on these teams during the stream, we can put some names in the Discord, or we can put some names in the comments later. We'll figure it out. We'll name these teams eventually. And then here we go for our bounty hunters. I would love to run Bossk, Boba, and Jango, but I really think Jango's gonna do the best under a Separatist lead in 3v3. So I've got Bossk, Boba, and Cad Bane. Not a super strong team, especially because my Boba Fett, well, because all of them are pretty low gear. I've got a lot of low gear characters. I can only hope that my enemy has low gear characters too. But we've got Bossk, Boba Fett, and Cad Bane. The idea here is that there's banner recovery. Both Boba Fett and Cad Bane have debuffs that they put out on the field, and that'll help everybody recover health and protection with the Bossk lead Zeta. And Bossk will tank, and these guys will kill him. I mean, that's Boba Fett can ignore taunt, Cad Bane can dispel taunt, so I think this will be okay. I'm planning to take this team on offense, and I am planning to take Bastila on offense and probably put Padme on defense. So our defense is going to be pretty strong. Padme, Newt, and Poggle are going to be our 3 defensive teams, and then our 3 offensive teams are going to be the Brood Alpha, Geos, Bastila, and the Bossk team. And then we have a Vader team. We could also put this on defense if we want, or we could take it on offense. I would like to put a little more work into Vader before the 3v3 starts, because then I would feel a little better about taking this team on offense. Duran says Newt, Jango, B1. Okay, Yep, that's definitely what I've heard is the best 3v3 Newt team, Newt Django B1. And then Dooku, Asajj, and Droideka, or what do you think for the Dooku, Asajj team? We also picked what I personally think are the best 3 Phoenix to put together on 3v3. And it's really just an annoyance team. If you were to have these guys geared up higher, this is where a lot of the survivability for the Phoenix comes from. Chopper and Zeb. So you got Hera as the leader, Chopper and Zeb. Chopper's unique ability is he gains max health, and whenever he's damaged by an attack, he gains protection up. So that's healing and protection up. And then Zeb's unique ability is Zeb has bonus max protection equal to some of his max health, and he recovers protection at the start of his turn. So Chopper causes the Phoenix team to recover health, Zeb causes the Phoenix team to recover protection, Chopper gives him protection up, Zeb has some cleanses that he can use, or some tenacity up anyway, and then Hera can revive. This team, it's not going to do much, but if you're going to pick what's the most probably annoying Phoenix squad to put on defense in 3s, this is what I think it is. Hera, Chopper, Zeb. And then, if you have a good Ezra or Kanan, you could run them under Bastila instead of Old Ben, depending on who's geared up higher, you know? And then Duran says Dooku, Asajj, IG 100, so Magna Guard. Okay, so Dooku would still do the trick where he puts him and Asajj under stealth, and then Magna Guard would be sticking out. Okay, well maybe when I upgrade my Asajj, maybe I'll try that out. Man. Yeah, the Separatists have so much flexibility in 3v3. In 5v5, they're not as flexible, but I think you could still get 3 5v5 teams out of them, which means you could get like 5 3v3 teams out of them. It's crazy. It's a crazy faction. And I went ahead and broke up the rest of our teams, even though we don't need this many teams for 3v3. You never know when you're going to need a cleanup. I've got Rex, Fives, Echo. These guys are gear 6. This is really bad. But, you know, if you only have one character left to kill, maybe these 3 guys can take them out. And then I've got Grievous, Droideka, B2. Once again, if I had B1, I would probably be running B1 here instead. But I went ahead and upgraded and got B2 up and running. I didn't have B2 up and running before. He's one of the ones I added for this 3v3 season, so that I can make this team right here. And if I do use this team, I'll be putting it on defense as well. I got a lot of teams I want to put on defense, so we'll see how it goes. I might keep Padme on offense, put that team on defense. It'll just depend on the enemy that I'm fighting, how strong they are, what they might be weak to. You know, we'll take a look and see what we think would be good against them. So there we go, you guys. That's basically my whole roster, broken up into 3v3 teams. We forgot to upgrade Han Solo to 7 stars, and before we do any upgrading of our characters, I want to make sure we do this so that we don't spend the credits on something else. Remember, this is something you want to do for your guild, and he could help in Grand Arena. He might, even though we don't have his Zeta. It's only this ability is only tier 5 right now. He still takes his bonus turn at the start of the encounter and gives an irresistible stun. It's amazing. At gear 7, he can start out the fight. He's guaranteed to go first. He can ignore taunt, and he can stun somebody, and they can't resist it. Even at this low gear, this low level, he can still be very useful in Grand Arena. We'll see if we can find a use for him. Durant says you can run B2 as well instead of Magna Guard on the Dooku Asajj team. Okay. You got it pretty well organized. Well, Durant, I appreciate that, but there's always room for improvement, and as we continue to upgrade our characters, we might be able to squeeze out one more 3v3 team out of the Separatists. We might be able to go like a full Separatist-only Grand Arena or something like that. That would be crazy. That would be crazy. All right, you guys. So that is the plan there. Now that we know what the teams are, let's look for weaknesses in our teams and make sure they're going to function like we want them to. Like, we got Django's payout fixed, right? We got that fixed. While we're looking at Django, let's go ahead and see, can we get any of his other abilities up easily? No, these are Omegas. We don't want to do any Omegas. And I'm not going to take his lead up anymore right now. Alright, Duran is saying, by the way, you could also run Ezra instead of Old Ben in your Jedi team. Depends on who you are against. Yeah, Ezra would give Yoda one additional turn with that assist. That could be good. That could be good. But then Old Ben has that mass ability blocking offense down. It'll just depend, like you say, on who we're up against. So I feel like we have some good flexibility in this 3v3 season. I'm kind of feeling good about it for what our power is. Now if we run against like a Darth Revan, Bastila, Malik 3v3 team, we're just what can we do? What can we do against that? But in that case, if we come across somebody who's got that, we'll just go heavier on defense and we'll expect them to put theirs on defense. We'll see if we can figure it out. Okay, so Django has all the abilities I feel comfortable giving him. Newt, I believe, is the same. Yeah, no Omegas for Newt currently. Let's check Dooku. We're not using Dooku's lead, but we do have a good bit of this purple stuff. So let's go ahead and start spending some more resources on Dooku. Get some of these abilities up to tier 7 instead of tier 8. And then let's check Magna Guard and kind of do the same thing. Magna Guard, we can do a little more love here. And we can do 2 of these. And 2 of these. We won't be able to do this much longer, but we'll just kind of go down the list and get done what we can. Bastila, what do you lack? You probably lack 3 Omegas. No. No, we better give Bastila whatever love we can here. What is Force Bond? I think this is Jedi Knight Revan only. Yeah, we won't worry about this until we get Jedi Knight Revan. Okay. So we'll just do this. Little extra damage. And Old Ben, we're going to skip you for now. Yoda, we have his lead, which we're not worried about. And we have an Omega here. Let's go back to Old Ben. Old Ben has an Omega. We're not worried about that right now. A cooldown on his taunt. That's good. And extra protection recovery when he dies. We might as well. We bring him in to die a lot of the time, so. Alright, let's see if we can get one more team, and then we're pretty much out of ability mats. We don't need to work on his lead right. Well, you know what? We do. We do need to work on his lead. And I'll tell you why. This feels like a worthwhile Omega at this point. Both of these do, because we're starting to get our Padme team up and running. We're going to hold off on that for now. But we're just going to put 1 point into this lead. Here's the thing, you guys. Here's the thing. I said earlier in the Discord that I've been learning a lot about upgrading ships, right? I've been learning, doing some research today about what is it exactly that makes your ship stronger. How effective are gear pieces that you put on? How effective are abilities that you put on? How effective are mods? How effective are relics? What are the things that give you the biggest bang for your buck on upgrading your ships and make them as strong as possible? And so let's talk about that briefly. Let's see here. While we're looking at Jedi Knight Anakin right here. So we're just going to take a step back, talk about some basics, okay? Many of the people in the chat already know the basics, but for those of you who don't, if you're watching this video later and you're new to the game, the basics of upgrading your ship is that you have your ship's level up to level 85, the stars on your ship up to 7 stars, and then you have your ship itself has abilities. It has a reinforcement ability. The ship itself has various things that you can do to upgrade it. You want to do as many of those things as you can to make your ship as strong as possible. But then you have this idea here of crew power. Right here next to the pilot, it shows the crew power, and the crew power has a direct effect on the stats of your ship. Anything on your ship that is in the blue is in the parentheses here next to anything that's in the blue next to the stats, I believe, comes from the crew power, which means most of his health and protection, all of his protection and most of his health comes from the crew power. 34 of his speed comes from the crew power, and etc. As you go down the line, you can see the things that are the crew power effects. So how do you increase your crew power in the most efficient way possible? So let's click on the character. The first thing I want to talk about is gear, all right? The gear on your character. There is a number that is added to your ship's stats, to the crew power, for each individual piece of gear that you put on your character. And it goes up the higher the gear tier. So right from tier 1, every individual piece of gear that you put on adds a certain amount of crew power. And the ship does not care which piece of gear you put on. Regardless, within one gear level, like here at gear 10, it doesn't matter if this piece of gear is like way harder for me to come up with than this piece of gear. The ship doesn't care. The ship adds a flat amount of power per piece of gear added. So that really starts to come into play when you're talking about gear 11 and gear 12, because some of those pieces of gear are very expensive and some of them are cheap. And you might get to gear 11 and you could say, I could put 3 pieces of gear 11 on this pilot right now because they're easy. I've got lots of them. But is that really going to have much of an effect? Yes, it will have an effect on your ship. It will have the same effect as the 3 pieces of gear that are expensive. So when you're talking about upgrading your ship, the ship doesn't care how hard the pieces of gear are. It only cares about how many you have equipped for that tier. So if you have gear 9 pieces of gear 9 gear, gives you a certain amount of power. Gear 10 gear gives you a certain amount of power. Gear 11 gear gives you a certain amount of power, and it goes up like that, all the way up to Relic 0. And when you get to Relic 0, then something interesting happens. From what I was learning today, it seems that you get the same amount of power for your ship from Relic 0 to Relic 1 as you do from Relic 6 to Relic 7. Now, I could be wrong about that. I don't want to be authoritative on that, but just based on the math that I was seeing, it looks like it's the same, even though it's way harder to go from Relic 6 to Relic 7, that the ship kind of thinks about it like individual pieces of gear. For every relic level, your ship gets a certain boost. And so when you're talking about how do relics affect your ship and how to be efficient with that, Relic 4 is really pretty easy to achieve compared to 5, 6, and 7. Relic 4 might be the biggest bang for your buck for your ships because you get 4 levels of boost from your crew power to your ship, 4 relic levels, but you don't have to spend any of the very expensive stuff from Relic 5 to 6 to 7, and then 8, 9, now there's 9, and who knows how high it's going to go. But it seems like for ships, it's worth it to do the first few relics, but you only want to do the relics after that if you actually want that ship to be just a little bit better, or if you want the character to be relic that high. Maybe it's a Galactic Legend requirement, maybe it's a very key character for whatever team it's in, and you want it to be Relic 5, Relic 6, Relic 7, then you're going to benefit on your ship a little bit. But I'm just saying, I don't think, based on my research today, that there's a reason to take a pilot to Relic 7 just for the ship. I don't think that would be a good plan. So there you go. That's how gear affects your crew power. Just talk briefly about mods, how mods affect it. For the 2 biggest factors for how much power your mod adds to your ship is how many dots it is and what level it is. You want your mods to be level 15, and you want them to be at least 5 dot. Now 6 dot mods actually add more, so for every level 15 6 dot mod, you're going to get more crew power, and it's a worthwhile amount more to get your 5 dot mods to 6 dots. But the most important thing, the biggest bang for your buck, is going to be any mods. Doesn't matter what color they are, it doesn't matter what type they are, it doesn't matter if they have matching sets, and it definitely doesn't matter what the stats on the mods are. All that matters is that it's 5 dots and then it's level 15. That's how you get the biggest bang for your buck out of your mods for your ships. And if you have good mods on your pilot and you want to take them to 6 dots, then the 6 dots will give you even more power for your ship, but the color of the 6 dot mod won't matter. You won't make your ship better by taking it from 6E to 6D to 6C, 6B. That won't affect your ship power. But how many dots it is and what level it is will affect your ship power. So that's gear, that's relics, and that's mods. Now here's something else that I found very interesting. Obviously the stars on your character will have an effect. The level of your character will have a little bit of an effect, but the gear is the biggest thing. Mods are important. And then now let's talk about abilities. So what the ship does, the ship kind of looks at abilities similarly to the gear. If you think about this as like gear 1, gear 2, gear 3, and so on like that, it gives you a certain amount of power for every level 1 or level 2 ability that you have, all the way up to level 8. But here's what's interesting, and level 8 gives you the most power, right? So it's getting incrementally more and more powerful. It's worth it to put your abilities on, is my point. But here's what's really interesting. This ability right here, it costs 5 omegas, right? That would give me a certain amount of power. This ability right here, it's also a rank 8 ability. It actually is a Zeta. So it costs 20 Zetas, 10 omegas, whatever, how many purples. It costs way more than that 5 omegas, but it's not going to give me any more ship power than this does. This is going to give me the same amount of ship power as this Zeta would, because the game doesn't think about how much it costs to get it. The game only thinks about the fact that it's a level 8 ability. And there are some level 8 abilities that are not even omegas at all. They're just purple mats, and they are definitely worth going for. And look at this one. It only costs 3 omegas to get an additional level 8 ability. Even if we're not planning to use his lead, that is definitely worthwhile because of his ship. So keep that in mind, you guys. That's the one that I found the most surprising and the most revelatory to me, is that you can go in here to your pilots, and like here, another example might be Ahsoka, right? Ahsoka lead. It's also a 3 omega. There's probably a lot of people that have Ahsoka lead at level 1, because when are you ever going to use Ahsoka lead, right? Well, for her ship, it is absolutely worth it to put the omegas in here, all the purple ability mats all the way up to and through the omega, just because it's going to give her ship a boost down here. And just remember that if you probably don't want to put Zetas on just to help your ship, because they are worth the same as any other level 8 ability. And once again, if you're trying to get your ship absolutely maxed out, you need to be just a little bit stronger. Go ahead and take the pilot to relic 7. Go ahead and put the Zetas on even if you don't need them. But I just want you to understand the comparison, that an omega ability or even a purple mat level 8 ability is going to give you the same ship power as a Zeta ability will. So hopefully that's helpful for you guys. Hopefully that helps you to understand what you can do to make your ship better without breaking the bank. And the last thing I wanted to say, as far as like where is the best place to stop if you wanted to have low investment but the biggest bang for your buck in a pilot, I would say go to Gear 11. Gear 11 is where a lot of ships come alive after you get all of the Gear 10 pieces, and then you get the Gear 11. And the reason is, not only do you have all of the crew power that you get from all those pieces of gear and your mods and your abilities, everything like that, but you get their pilot ability requires Gear 11 in order to unlock their highest level of their pilot ability, and it is often a powerful ability. So you do not have to take your pilot any higher to Gear 11 to get all their abilities maxed out. Their abilities can be maxed out at Gear 11 on their ship. So if you're trying to think in your mind, I want to get a ship up and running, I want to get it functional, but I don't want to relic the pilot, what gear should I take it to? Gear 11. Take it to Gear 11. It's a good place to take even your Plo Koons, maybe your Jedi Consulars, characters that you don't really want to put a lot of investment in, but you do want their ships to be almost fully functional. Gear 11 is going to be the magic place for that to be. We got Area 501st in the chat. Hey, Padawan. What's up, 501st? Good to see you, my friend. Glad to have you in the chat. Glad to have you in the chat. Hopefully you caught a little bit of that ship power discussion. And now we are going to jump into the fleet and do some ship battles. We got like rank 62 there. Very nice. Top 100. We love it. We love it. All right, Fleet Arena. Now, the Fleet Arena has been getting exciting. Wow, we stayed at rank 3 since yesterday. That's awesome. The Fleet Arena has been getting exciting because we have gotten some malevolences in the Fleet Arena from the event. We got Action Jackson. We got Big Pat. I think those are the only two that have showed up since the Malevolence event showed up. So these guys they've always kind of been trying to get into the top 10, but now they're really trying to get into the top 5. And Big Pat, I think he might have the same payout as us. Neither of these guys are in our Fleet Arena Discord, from what I can tell. Neither of these guys are in there, and so we just kind of try to figure out when their payout is and understand if they're going to be a problem or not. Big Pat has been a problem for me in the past. I wish he had beat me and I could show you guys the fight against these malevolences, because these malevolences, since they just got them and they weren't really expecting to get them, they're not in good shape. They're not in good shape. Obviously, you know, 5-star Hyena, 6-star Vulture, and 7-star Sunfac, it's nothing to sneeze at, but the ship itself only being 5 stars is fine, but the character itself being only 5 stars is the real problem. The character itself, he's got his mods. Let's just talk about what we were just talking about. He's got his mods, 5 dots. He's got his abilities up, so he's doing everything that he can to make this guy. He's got him maxed out at level 85. He's got his gear probably as high as he can for now. These ships will get harder as they get their character up to gear 11 and above. But for now, they're just real, the poor guys, they're just real pushovers, real pushover malevolences. Leah saying, what is your arena squad? Do you mean what does the top of it look like, or what rank are we? Is that what you mean, Leah? I'm not sure what you mean. We are rank 62. The top of our, look at this, you guys. The freaking troopers are awesome. Look at this. This guy is ranked number 1 with only 3 relic troopers. The other 2 are gear 12. What a fantastic testament to how good the troopers are. We've got more troopers up here. We've got a Jedi Knight Revan up here. I'm surprised that we don't have any Galactic Legends yet. This is just a bunch of Padme and Jedi Knight Revan, and we've even got a couple of First Order in here. Not bad. Relic 8. Look at this whole. Okay, here we go. There's a Galactic Legend. Relic 8. SLKR. I don't know how the Imperial Troopers beats that. They must all be in a chat together, and they must take the Galactic Legend out of it. What am I using in my squad arena? I am using the Geos. I am using this team right here. Right here. So we have our Relic 5 Spy, and everybody else is gear 11. I'm working on getting everybody higher, but we just picked one and took him to the max. It's not the max, but it's high as I'm going to take the Spy. I don't think I'm going to take him past Relic 5. If I do, it'll be a long time down the road, and it'll be to kill a Galactic Legend or something. He can do everything that I need him to do at Relic 5. So there we go. Let's do our first fleet arena. I don't think we're going to have to do more than one. Snipers has given us some problems. He's still hanging in there with the Endurance fleet. Duran is saying, why is he using Hux as a leader instead of SLKR? Duran, it's possible that that is his move to allow his team to be beatable while not dropping too far, you know? Maybe everybody up there can beat his team if it's a Hux lead, but Hux lead with that extra basic damage and then SLKR with this huge basic damage, SLKR does all right under Huck's lead for sure. Area 501 says, Relic Spy, I've missed a few streams. Yeah, baby, I think we got that 2 streams ago, about a week ago. And we've been loving it ever since. All right, we're going to put damage on the Houndstooth. Whenever you're in a fleet battle against the Houndstooth, and you're using the Geo Fleet, your goal is to get Spy's Silent Strike on the biggest threat. And if you do the AoE with Tarkin to open up, Sunfac will get turn meter and will taunt before you can do this right here. You want to, oh my gosh, we didn't even need the assist, 142,000 damage. Let's go ahead and put a stun on him because it's irresistible, baby. It's irresistible. I love it. Looks like they're going hard after my soldier, and there goes poor soldier. Oh, sad times. All right, we're just gonna keep going after Sunfac because we don't want him to taunt early. We want him to taunt, right? And then we want to have time to kill him before he uses his basic. So right now, we got a problem. Ahsoka is going to use her turn to cleanse her own debuffs, and then she's going to give retribution to anybody else who's debuffed. Well, guess what? Houndstooth is now debuffed, and that is going to, oh good, we got the buff immunity, so he didn't get retribution. When Houndstooth uses his basic, he cleanses himself. So right now he's gonna try to taunt, he's not gonna pull it off. Wow, we got all kinds of taunts on the field. Let's go do another Silent Strike with Spy, get him out of there. All right, so he cleansed himself. No good, no good. We need to get our Ahsoka in here to cleanse all that stuff off of Ahsoka. That's what we need to do, but we can't do it yet. Bobby is saying, do you have Star Wars Battlefront 2? You know I got Star Wars Battlefront 2, Bobby, but I've like never played it. You want to try playing it together? I don't even know how to play, man. I used to play Battlefront 1, but I basically didn't play. I started Battlefront 2, right? Oh man, Plo Koon coming in for the fix on Houndstooth. That's not good. All right, we gotta hope that Spy gets another Silent Strike here. Here we go, Spy. Do some damage. But yeah, I did the another buff immunity. Perfect. That's what we needed. I did the I started the single player campaign, and you were like an Empire person or something, and it wasn't the Battlefront that I was expecting. I was expecting like, you know, large scale PvP. I guess I shouldn't have started with a single player campaign, and then I just never went back to it. But Leah is asking, have I leveled up Home 1 and Akbar? No, I have not. I have not, and the plan is to, someday I want that fleet. I love that fleet, but the plan at this time is to just not even mess with that fleet. And here's the reason why. Because when you reach a certain level of the Grand Arena, you will need 4 fleets. And I'm already starting off with Tarkin and Mace, right? So I know those are going to be 2 of my fleet commanders. And I'm pursuing Malevolence and the Negotiator. So that's the other 2. For SLKR, I need the Finalizer, which is now 5 instead of 4. So I don't really feel good about adding a 6th one. I mean, I'm not even going to... I can only build so many ships. So I want to build the ships that go best under the commanders that I want to use. So that's why, and the same with the Chimera, I could, you know, go for the Phoenix ships and then unlock the Chimera, but I've already got Tarkin, and Chimera and Tarkin both do the same thing. They run Empire fleets or Geo fleets, but I mean, you don't need them both, and so I'm going to not do the Chimera. I'm going to not do the Home 1. Someday I want the Executor, which is just another reason why I'm probably never going to get around to the whole Home 1. All right, Bobby says, we got to, my friend. They have some fun game modes. I'm down, man. I'm down. We'll have to download it on my wife's Xbox as well, and we can get all 3 of us in there. Area 501 says, I have so many hours in Battlefront 2. Oh, man. Area 501, what game mode do you like in there? Like I say, I don't know the game. Maybe you guys can tell me what some of these game modes are like. Because, you know, I understand some of the Call of Duty game modes and stuff like that, but I don't know what they are on Battlefront 2. All right, you guys, let's collect some of these dailies. We got an achievement. Let's see what that's all about. Own a 7-star Han Solo. Yeah, baby. Ooh, look, here's the reward for leveling him up. 10 shards of a ship that we are farming up. Let's see what that brings us to. Let's see what that brings us to. Ships. Vader. Where you at, Vader? I know you're unlocked. Here you are. 199 out of 65, so we only have 51 more shards for him. All right, Area 501st says, why the Mace fleet garbage fleet? Well, first of all, Area 501st, I would tend to disagree with you. I think that Mace may be the worst capital ship, but it doesn't mean he's garbage. He has some tricks up his sleeve, and the reason primarily is because, 2 reasons. One is gas. I want gas. In order to get gas, you need a 7-star Galactic Republic capital ship. Your 2 options are the Endurance or the Negotiator. And based on the early Geonosian focus with the Vulture droid, I decided I was going for Malevolence first instead of the Negotiator, which means if I want gas anytime soon, I'm going to be needing to use the Endurance capital ship. So that's the primary reason. The secondary reason is I want to farm the best fleets in the game without farming maybe what could be considered some of the secondary fleets. So I'm farming the Malevolence fleet and running it under Tarkin for now until I get the Malevolence. And I'm farming the Negotiator fleet and running it under Mace until I get the Negotiator. So at that point, the waste will be minimal, but I'll still have the right fleets in place. All right, so Leah, have you had trouble completing the shipbuilding materials fleet challenge with a level 1 Ackbar and Home 1? No, I have not. I was only recently able to do it because I put all of my focus in the dark side ships. But I was able to complete that challenge with like level 65 ships. I think my Ahsoka was level 85. But she was like my only good ship. I had Ahsoka, Anakin, he was like level 60 something at the time. Umbaran was level 60 something at the time. And then I had like a level 30 Plo and Clone Sergeant or something. I had bad ships, but I was still able to complete the challenge. But what I am having trouble with is the 6-star Ackbar and honestly the 6-star Mace. I haven't done either of those yet, even though I have the stars on my ships available to do them. In fact, maybe let's try one of those today because I put a little work into my light side ships. Maybe we can get whatever one is available done. Bobby says the original was the best, and he says heck yeah, we'll have to do that. I'll have to get the game downloaded on her Xbox and then maybe we can try it all together. Area 501st, the hero versus hero modes are the best in my opinion. See, I don't even know what that's about. Bobby says Ewok Hunt is the most terrifying / intense game mode I've ever played. It's unlike anything I've ever played. So we're gonna have to try hero versus hero and the Ewok Hunt. Sounds good. Sounds good. Well, let's while we're talking about it, let's just see what challenge is up today. Here we go. This is what I'm having a hard time with. See, I was able to complete this challenge relatively without trouble, but this is what I can't beat. All right, so let's try it. Like I said, we put a little love into our 5s primarily. What we did do is we upgraded the reinforcement ability on Plo Koon. So it's possible that that alone could help us achieve what we're trying to achieve here. Wish me luck, you guys. I have less focus on these light side ships early. Eventually, I'm going to get them all where I want them to be, but I still don't have my main fleet where I want it to be, so I can't really afford to work on my backup fleet. All right, we're starting off with Ahsoka. What do we have here? We have a Rex, we have a Sabine, and we have a Jedi Consular, and this is under the Endurance, right? So the Endurance fleet synergizes best with the Galactic Republic, and the Endurance fleet's passive gives bonuses to ships while they have protection. So I wonder if we should, instead of trying to finish a ship off, should we just try to get the protection off of everybody? Let's just try it because it looks like Phantom is the weakest. Let's just see if we can take Phantom out pretty early here. A dodge, that's bad. It's a bad start. They're going all in on Anakin. Anakin better use his last ditch ability before he okay, let's get a heal on Anakin. Oh my gosh, it doesn't even matter. They went for him. We're probably gonna have to try this again. Alright, basic with Ahsoka. We don't need to 3-star it, we just need to beat it. But you see what I'm saying, that I'm having trouble. Okay. We need to get another ship in here. I guess let's go for the tank and see if we can hold out for Plo to come heal everybody up after that. Let's just do a basic. Oh, come on, Ahsoka. Stay with us. Alright, basic. Ahsoka can heal and cleanse, give counterattack. See, I need Anakin to be alive so that when the weak ships die, he can get pissed off. Yeah, this is a total loss here. Let's try this again. Let's try this again. Alright, so we know that the Consular is going to use his healing ability, his assist ability rather, on whoever is wounded. So what if we just go for him? If we go for him, he's going to heal himself. If we go for Rex, he's going to heal Rex. Let's see what happens if we go for the Consular first. That was a crit to start with. Okay, so he doesn't use the assist, he just uses the protection regen. Okay, interesting. Let's get some protection up. With every crit we get a little protection up. Let's get a heal on Anakin. We gotta try to keep our team strong. Alright, get a target lock out there. Yikes. Stop going for Anakin, man. What's this? What's this all about? Right for Anakin. Alright, Anakin, this looks like your last move. Bad news. It seems like a waste to go for, it seems like a waste to go for Rex first when he's so tanky. Alright, guaranteed critical hit if they have target lock. Basic. So yeah, to answer your question, this is what I'm having trouble with, as you can see. And I might, oh my gosh, that's demoralizing. See if we can get the Valor off. Let's just do a mass assist. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna waste your guys' time with this anymore because I mean, we might try one more time, but I wasn't prepared or going to try for this. We need to get it done. We need to get it done. But even if we get this done, we're not going to be ready to do the 7-star version. So let's see, what would happen here if we tried to trick the system? Let's put in a really weak ship first. Then they'll go for the Consular. Anakin will get pissed off, and maybe that'll be a little bit of a different, turnout. Leah's asking, are we farming Rex's ship at all? Yes, we are. Every time we see it in the Fleet Arena store, we are buying it. We are buying it. Okay, so let's save Ahsoka's big hit. Let's just, oh no, let's do this. Okay, good. So now Anakin's pissed off. Let's just do a basic here. And we don't need to heal this time, so we can do the mass assist. Gosh, we are just not doing a lot of damage. But getting that early counterattack here could be good. Okay, let's take off the taunt. We're not doing much damage, but at least, no, I don't want to do a basic. I want to get some protection up. I did not. And we lost. We lost that guy. Alright, so let's bring in 5s. Hopefully we can get a target lock here and damage. That was a good hit. Let's keep going for the healer. With 5's ship, when you do his special ability, he will inflict target lock on the target enemy, but he'll also damage all other target locked enemies. So it's kind of an AoE if you set it up. If you set it up right. And see, I don't know how much of this is the fact that I have a very weak Akbar, or if this is literally just that my light side ships aren't strong enough. Yeah, once we lose Ahsoka, there's no chance. Ahsoka's our best chance. So we're just going to keep working on our light side fleet. We'll come back to this. I don't really feel the need to get the 6th star on Akbar or Mace until we're ready to also get the 7th star. You know, it's a revolving event that comes around, and we're just not ready for it yet. We're just not ready for it yet. All right, let's get back into the fleet. Make sure that we're still number 1. And we are still number 1. All right, let's get into this old account that we used to have. This is my original account, you guys. The one that I played from the very beginning, almost as soon as the game came out. I was saying to myself like 5 years ago, I said, man, I love turn-based combat games, and I would love to play one on my phone. But all of the turn-based combat games have like very revealing women in the games. So I would like to find something that doesn't have that. And sure enough, I looked it up and I saw Star Wars. I'm like, ooh, Star Wars might be good. I mean, except for Slave Leia, right? Pretty much most of the women are dressed pretty well in Star Wars. And so I downloaded this game and I have loved it ever since. I have loved it ever since. Duran says, one good thing about clearing the 6-star ones is that it enables you to mass sim the fleet challenges, but it's just niche. That's true. That's true. I feel like I can already do that though. I feel like, I mean, I would only know that on Mondays, right? Monday is when they're all there. I don't know, but yeah. And obviously you get the ship mats, you get some prestige mats, you get some other good stuff. It's definitely, I want to do it. Definitely planning to do it. And if I'm ever going to get the 7-star endurance, I'm going to have to start the 7-month process or whatever it is, 6-month process to get that going. So I need to get it done. It's just not what I'm doing right now. Now, you guys, even though I haven't played in forever on this account, I'm still ranked 400 in the arena because the shard is so old. Like I said, it's like 5 years old. It's like 5 years old. All right, well, let's do what we normally do. Let's check on the stats here. I only made it to 3.5 million power before I quit. It was a slow. Power used to take a lot longer to get, so that was. I felt like that was a pretty big accomplishment at the time. Yeah, Durant says, can you? In that case, I haven't cleared the credit one on my alt. Yeah, I've 3-starred all of the challenges, but I have not 3-starred or beat all of the ship, the capital ship upgrades. So I've got, you know, a pretty decent mix between ships and characters. 2 million ships, 1.4 million, or 2 million characters, 1.4 million ships. I have way more Squad Arena Battles won than Fleet Arena because I didn't used to care about Fleet Arena, and the game was out for a long time before Fleet even came into the game. So it used to just be Squad Arena. So I'm gonna have more Squad Arena Battles than Fleet Arena Battles. Let's see here. I didn't do anything good on Grand Arena. 790 gear. Oh my gosh, I've always been bad. Look at this. I played this one for like 3 years or more. I only donated 790 gear. Oh, I gotta do better on this account. But yeah, I got, let's see what I got. Let's check ships. As you can see, I've got a Millennium Falcon. Where's it at? There it is. 6 stars. I was mid farming the bounty hunter ships to get my Millennium Falcon to 7 stars when I quit. What is my bounty hunter ships looking like here? Yep, that was it. IG 2000. And I was close, man. I was close. I mean, it doesn't show me how many shards I have here, but I was close to get a 7-star Millennium Falcon. Let's see what else I had here. I had the Houndstooth, but I only had him at gear 12. This, you guys. Oh, let's go look at the characters, because this was my first relic right here. Finn was my first relic. I wasn't going for Jedi Training Rey or for Galactic Legend Rey. I leveled up Finn to Relic 5 because, first of all, I didn't understand how the relics worked. But second of all, because he was the damage dealer in my Phase 1 Heroic Sith Raid team. Right here, let's look at the Resistance. The Resistance Jedi Training Rey with all 3 her Zetas, BB-8, R2-D2, C-3PO, and Finn is a very strong Phase 1 team. Even before I had the relics, I would get multiple million in the Sith raid with this team, and once I got the relics, it did much better. But the reason that he's the main damage dealer in this team is because of this takedown ability. It deals physical damage to the target enemy, exposes them for 2 turns, stuns them, which it didn't stun, because it's the boss. But it deals 50% more damage for each time the target has been struck by it, up to 500%. And so if you struck the boss 10 times with this ability, which was easy to do during the course of the fight, you just use this ability over and over, then you were doing multiple 100,000 damage every time, which at the time was a big deal. Before relics even came out, it was a big deal. So C-3PO, what he was do on the team, besides, he did a lot of things on the team that were good, but this, the Resistance would gain translation every time they used a special ability, and then every time they would get beneficial effects from the translation. But then every time he used his basic, which is all I did with C-3PO in the raid fight, every time he did his basic, let's see here, reduce, where is it? I'm sorry, guys. Anyway, if you have 3 stacks of translation, he's reducing your cooldowns somewhere. It's somewhere here. Somewhere here. Anyway, C-3PO reduces his cooldown. So he had his cooldowns reduced to use that ability all the time. R2-D2 was doing his flame ability all the time. Anyway, let's see how I had these guys modded. I've gotten rid of the chat here. I'm sorry, you guys. I was looking at something. All right. Duran says, how long haven't you touched that account? It seems like you managed to stay in a good rank. Yeah, it's been... I touched the account for about a month, a year and a half ago. And then it was like another year and a half to 2 years before that since I touched it. And I only played it for like a month. It's just the shard is so old. Almost everybody in the shard has quit. I wish I could get in there and look and see who's in there, because I bet you, like, it might be Arnold's shard. I mean, who knows whose shard it is? It might be Warrior's shard. Whoever's still playing, whoever's at the very tippy top. Who knows what shard it is? That would be pretty cool if it was Arnold's shard. But let's see how I had her modded. Speed, at least I didn't know how to mod back then. Crit damage, look at this, no speed, you guys. No speed on this. Potency with no speed, oh my gosh. Potency's good for her though. Speed, I got a lot of potency on that one. And no speed, yep. See, this is one of the biggest reasons that I quit the account, because I had been farming mods for so long, and I had no idea, only 43 speed on Finn. I had no idea what I was doing. And so when I finally started learning what the good characters were and what good mods were, and I finally started figuring that out, it was too late. It was too late. I mean, it wasn't too late. I could take this account. I got 93 speed on him. I could take this account and I could try to do something with it now, but the fleet, it would take a lot of work to be able to get into crystal income spot with it. But who knows? I might pick it up again someday and have some fun with it. I've got a lot of characters farmed, you guys. Even though I only have 3.5 million galactic power, I've got a lot of characters farmed. Let's see. Let's just look and see what characters we have. I do, a year and a half ago when I did pick the account up again, I did remod some teams. And I did get some decent... I had some decent mods somewhere on the account, and I tried to kind of put them on the same teams. But we've got a Relic 7 Darth Vader. This is something I did when I picked him up. Picked it up a year and a half ago, and I did get 251 speed on him with some I was running speed and potency here. Let's look at some of these mods. Potency with a 13 speed, crit damage with 10 speed. This is gonna be a speed arrow. But even though 18 speed, that's good. Even though I got him to Relic 7, he still didn't hit as hard as my Relic 5 Vader on my Wookie Nookie account because I had him modded so much better. I started working on C is what I started doing the last time I picked up this account. I'm like, I think I'm gonna go for C. It doesn't require any special fleets. And so I got Vader to Relic 7, and I started working on Thrawn, and then I couldn't keep up with it and the other account at the same time. I've got Geos. What did I do with my Geos? Let's see here. Yeah, I had Brood Alpha at just 12. Sunfac. I was working on getting Sunfac relicked for fleet. I forget why. I started and stopped so many things. I had no focus, you guys. You know how I say, if you're going to do well in this game, you got to have focus? I had no focus. I was all over the place. But I've got a little bit of this and a little bit of that. You know, I had Gear 12 a lot of these characters before Relics came out. And it was kind of demoralizing when Relics came out because you know how you get with a character, you're like, I'm going to work on them until they're done, and then I'm going to move on. So many of my characters are like, I'm done with that character. I'm moving on. And then Relics came out and it's just like, I'm not done with anything now. I'm not done with anything now. So I'm trying not to think of it the same way on this account. Don't get discouraged if they extend the possibilities of your characters. Get excited. Get excited about what the possibilities are. My CLS team is alright. I'm sure I have them modded terribly. But I think that's what I was running in the arena, my CLS team. Let's see. Is that what I was running in the arena? No, I was running my Empire team. As bad as this team is. As bad as this team is, that's what I was running. Alright, let's see. I started working, look at this. I started working on SLKR. And you'd think I started working on Rey with this stuff right here, but I already had all that stuff before. This was my favorite team that I ever played, you guys. Darth Nihilus. It was back before Galactic War was simmable. Darth Nihilus lead. It was my very first Zeta. Darth Nihilus lead was my very first Zeta. Now I know that his lead is not worth Zetaing, and his Lord of Hunger probably isn't worth it either. But at the time, it got me through so many Galactic Wars. Did I say Grand Arena? I meant Galactic War. Galactic War was not simmable, so every day you had to fight all 12 battles. And this extra offense and health steal gave me the sustainability I needed to get through those Galactic Wars. So that was a big win. I farmed up Visas Mar specifically for the Sith raid, and she was one of the key damage dealers in my Jedi team. I was a phase 1 specialist in the Sith raid, right? I had my Jedi training Rey team. I had my Jedi team with Hermit Yoda, and it was actually Yoda lead, because I don't have Jedi Knight Revan on this account. It was Yoda lead with Hermit Yoda, Visas Mar, Qui-Gon, and Ezra. All right, that was the team. That was the team, and I would get like 6 million in phase 1 with it in the heroic. UKR is also a great character to get to Relic 5 just for the C pit for the Vader strat. UKR. You mean crew? You mean Kylo Ren? Is that unmasked Kylo Ren? Maybe that's who UKR is. And yeah, my Ewoks, let's check the Ewoks. I like the Ewoks. I want to get some decent Ewoks for this account. But this is what I needed to do to my Ewoks to get C-3PO. I struggle with C-3PO. I had the Chirpa Zeta. I had him and Elder at Gear 12. Looks like Gear 12 plus 1 over here. And then Paplu, Wicket, and Logray at Gear 11. But yeah, I mean, this count is special. It's special to me. It's the mods are terrible, but there were so many good times. Stormtrooper Han, right? I love Stormtrooper Han. I was working on getting him relicked up for a phase 4 heroic Sith raid team. I was all about the raids. That's all I wanted to do. I wanted to help my guild get the raids done, because when the raids came out, we couldn't do it, right? It's not like now where we have like some really big players that can solo the raids and we just get our damage or whatever. It was like the raid came out and our guild was like, we want these rewards, but we can't do it. And so we were all like, all right, you know, I'm gonna work on phase 1 teams, you work on phase 2 teams, whatever, you know. And Durant says, yeah, I'm always mashing up the letters. It's crew, yeah. This Resistance team, as far as I know, is supposed to actually be able to solo the tank raid as well. I think I did it maybe once. But I was all about the raids, you guys. That's what I did the most. That's what I enjoyed the most. I loved the raids. I loved the raids, and I love that I'm still learning stuff about this game. Just today doing all that research about ships and figuring out that Ezra right here, for his ship, these 3 pieces of gear gives you the same power on your ship as these 3, and you guys know that the pieces on the right are way harder to get. So keep that in mind, you guys. Oh, my Greedo. I loved Greedo. I still do. I'm probably not going to make a Greedo on the new account, but Greedo's fun. Greedo is fun. You guys know about Greedo? Greedo has a 15% critical chance and a 50% chance to attack again whenever he stores a critical hit. He can shoot with his basic, right? He can shoot and shoot and shoot and shoot and shoot just over and over. It's so much fun. He doesn't even do that much damage, but he can shoot and shoot and shoot. I think the most I ever got was like 10 or 11 times in a row, back to back to back. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. Greedo's not a bad character. He's not a bad character. He's just a little too squishy and doesn't hit quite hard enough to earn a spot with the bounty hunters. But he's fun. Greedo's fun. Let's look at some of these other characters that I really enjoyed. Never even started using Padme. I leveled her up and unlocked her right at the end and never even started using her. If I was to come back to this account, maybe Padme is where I would start. I'm not even sure. Look at that Qui-Gon, 12.5, gear 12.5. Oh, the mistakes I made, you guys. Akbar was not a mistake because he is the fleet that I'm using. Chief Nebbit, here we go. Here we go. I wanted to talk about Chief Nebbit. Chief Nebbit was the tank in a phase 3 tank raid solo team. All right? It's a very weird team, but it can solo phase 3 of the tank raid. And when I learned that, because at the time we were just able to beat the tank raid, and it was certainly not with one person soloing all of phase 3. And so I built my account so that I could solo phase 3 and guaranteed the guild be able to get through it. And Chief Nebbit was the tank for it. The team was Teebo lead. Okay, it was you guys, you might not even believe me. You might not even believe me, but it's Teebo lead. What's Teebo's lead? Ewoks. All right, and I had him 11.5. Teebo lead. Allies have a 55% chance to gain stealth for 1 turn at the beginning of their turns, and a 50% chance to gain 25% turn meter at the end of their turn. So this is not an Ewok exclusive lead. This lead is for everybody. And so it was a Teebo lead, and what Teebo did is he could, if he was stealthed, he would remove 100% turn meter from the boss. So Teebo's main purpose was to take the boss's turn meter away so you had more time. And then this is another way he would remove turn meter right here. So if he wasn't stealthed, I would use this ability to remove some turn meter from the boss. And it was him, his lead. It was Chief Nebbit as the tank. Why was it Chief Nebbit? I forget. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at why it was Chief Nebbit. Duran says, I still use Jenna Training Raid to clean up phase 1 of Heroic Sith Raid, but it's not the same team you use. Yeah, it's probably a better team. It's probably a better team. Alright, Nebbit. What is his distracting negotiations? He taunts. It's a 2-turn taunt, okay? This is why. It's a 2-turn taunt with a cooldown of 3. So that means that he only had 1 turn that he was ever not taunting. So you were able to keep his taunt up pretty reliably. Reduce the cooldowns of all Jawa and droid allies by 1. I don't know if that played into it. In fact, that may have reduced his cooldown. That may have given him a cooldown of 2. I don't remember. But yeah, with him, it was exclusively the taunt. I used the taunt, and if I ever, the in-between turns, I would use this basic because it had a 70% chance to grant protection up to a random ally. So he was there to taunt. And then it was Thrawn. I think, okay, yeah, it was Thrawn. And Thrawn's main job was to fracture the boss and then give turn meter to Nebbit. When he gave turn meter to Nebbit, he healed Nebbit's protection, right? So they recovered 40% protection. So he was constantly keeping the taunt and the survivability up on Nebbit. Teebo was taking the turn meter away from the boss, and then Luke and Han were the other 2. They also removed turn meter, and they did most of the damage. So Commander Luke removes turn meter, Han Solo removes turn meter, and that was the team. It's a random mismatched team, but it worked, and I was able to get all the way through Phase 3, and I was so proud. I was so proud of that. And that's why I have a Gear 12 Nebbit. And now that I have a Gear 12 Nebbit, I can use the Geos to, this team to kill Geos. So it worked out. It worked out. Relatively low gear Geos. So yeah, I've got all my Jawas. This is the last thing I'm going to say about this account because I don't want to just bore you guys. But the mods used to be, this is like Swugga history. It used to be that in order to get critical damage mods, all you could use was Jawas. You had to have all 5 Jawas. So that's why I have all 5 Jawas at 7 stars. All the old accounts have this. If you cared at all about critical damage mods, which at the time critical damage mods were way better than offense mods. You get the critical damage mods, and you had to use Jawas to farm them. And so I've got all my Jawas at 7 stars, I don't know, gear 10, whatever it took to get the thing done. And the Jawa Engineer was the hardest one to farm because he's exclusively from the guild store. And so I remember that once I finally decided to go for the Jawas, I'm like, oh my gosh, Engineers taking forever. Duran says this was Rex and 5s instead of Finn and R2. Okay, that makes more sense because Rex will get the Rexalates and 5s will maybe sacrifice for him, or at least just give him more turns, or give his Annihilate more damage. So there you go, you guys. There's my old account. Let's see what the fastest character is. It's probably Vader at 251. Oh my goodness. No, it's Thrawn. What did I have on Thrawn? 286. It's not terrible. But a 3.5 million account should definitely have several over 300 speed. 270 on Hermit Yoda. I don't know. It's not the worst account in the world. It's not the worst account in the world, but it's certainly not something that I'm proud of, knowing what I know now. But you know, honestly, by the time I quit, a lot of these characters were bad, but since then have become good again. So this account is actually not looking as bad as I remember, because a lot of these characters, like Darth Sidious, he was one of the first characters I ever unlocked and used in various game modes. I was like, oh my gosh, I got a 7-star Darth Sidious. Darth Sidious is required for Galactic Legends now, so that's not so bad. Tarkin is a good fleet commander and good in the Empire team. Dengar's a good bounty hunter. I mean, Finn, I think you have to have Finn Relic for Rey, I'm guessing. Jyn Erso, I like her. Pal's good, believe it or not. Pal's good. Traya, see, even though I was completely guild focused, we only ever got our Traya to 5 stars before I quit and moved on, because they had some people come in that could just dominate, and I think our guild broke up actually. And look, I didn't know the secret of Newt. I didn't know the secret. In fact, Newt used to be garbage before the Newt rework. You didn't want to unlock Newt at all. Duran says 5s is there for the taunt, plus to give turns to 3PO and potentially sacrifice, though I can never get it to work. Yeah, your Rex is probably cam ready, which means that he doesn't die in the heroic Sith raid very well. Veteran Smuggler Han, you gotta have him. Yeah, it's not looking as bad as I used to think it was. Now that I'm looking over it again, Lando, you need him. I mean, I used to love Lando. He was a lot of fun with his AoE. A lot of fun. I had the Phoenix Squad. I had to get them to get Thrawn. Look at this, you guys. I got a lot of stuff. Why is range? Oh, I'm still looking at speed. I'm like, why is Range Trooper more powerful than Gear 12 Executioner? I love Panda, you guys. Panda's a fantastic character. But yeah, this is my old account, you guys. This is my old account. Look at that. I had 3-star Emphas Nest. I didn't know the secret of Emphas Nest. I did not even have a 4-star Hoth Rebel Soldier. Don't be like me, you guys. A 5-star. I've got a maxed out Rolo. 7-star Rolo. But I do not have a 5-star Hoth Rebel Soldier. Pull your weight. Earn your tokens. I have a 7-star Rolo. The only way you get Rolo shards is from Hoth Rebel Soldier being 5 stars, and I didn't do it. So don't be like me. Get your Hoth Rebel Soldier to 5 stars. Help out your guild. I thought I was helping out my guild. I don't know why I didn't do that. So there we go. There's my old account. Hopefully that was fun for you guys. Feeling kind of nostalgic about that now. Let's check the fleet arena. And then we have like the hardest conquest fight, period. And we're going to throw a couple attempts at that. This is the one that always stops me, and it stops me for a long time. But if we get the right RNG, we can get through it. So let's give it a shot. It's the Grievous mid-round fight. He has malicious minions as his bonus. We should have full stamina, and we have several attempts possible, so let's give this a shot. The first 2 times I needed to buy tech to get me through, and we might have to do that this time. We'll see how this goes. Duran says, I remember my first account. I leveled up Jedi Consular and Jedi Knight Guardian and used them on my main team. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Cody bonuses, that was really cool. Thanks, Cody. I appreciate it, man. Appreciate it, you going down memory lane with me there. All right, let's dispel all these. Okay, let's think about this. We don't need to rush. All right, they're about to take a million billion turns in a row, right? What is the biggest bang for our buck we can do here? This will give us turn meter, right? We gain turn meter, recover health and protection, and we cleanse. So that's good. But we might want to save the cleanse. What will this do? This will dispel all buffs, so it'll take the stealth away. It'll deal physical damage to all enemies and expose them, and then remove 15% turn meter from debuffed enemies. So I can either try to get turn meter for ourselves, or we can try to take turn meter from them. Let's do it this way first. Let's try to take turn meter. Oof. So now what happens is they take turn meter away from us every time they damage us if we have target lock. Man, okay, so that was the wrong move. The right move was the other one. Dang it. Dang it. Alright, let's try that again. This is why I have to buy tech. I have to buy something to help me through this craziness. It's the turn meter removal that's so hard with these guys. We have to wait for the RNG where we don't all get target locked. Alright, so let's see how the opening salvo goes again. So I didn't even get a turn this time, but it's not over yet. Oh, come on. Okay, he's dead. Okay, we get our first turn. Let's do the cleanse and the heal. Now it's Soldier's turn. Let's do some damage to B2. We lost our other cleanse, which is really unfortunate. Alright, we have to attack him. So right now, Spy cannot go into stealth, which is a big problem. So Spy... We can do the Silent Strike, but it won't do any big damage. So let's just do a basic. Okay, we have another revive and cleanse. They got buff immunity on us again. Alright, let's taunt with Sunfac. We haven't even killed anybody and taken a big hit from Grievous. My gosh. Oh, let's try that again. We can get through this, guys. We've gotten through it before. We can get through it again. Just gotta wait for the right RNG. Alright, so we decided on the cleanse and the turn meter. Gosh, I would love to not attack Magna. See, the problem is that we all attack Magna, right? Which gives him an instant turn, which makes him do his Dispel and buff immunity. There goes Soldier. Duran says, try to kill GG with Spy ASAP, otherwise he will kill you with a constant AoE. I agree. That would be a good plan. Let's just take our licks. Take our licks and get up on out of here. All right, let's try again. Okay, so let's try one more time, and then we're gonna look and see if we can buy any tech that might help us. Okay. So you are the main problem. Right there. What happens if we do a basic? That doesn't do any good. I don't know, guys. I don't feel like it matters if we do the heal or the Dispel. So I think we're gonna do the Dispel instead. It really comes down to whether or not we get the buff immunity on Spy. Oh no! Soldier was about to get a turn. Alright, let's look for some tech. This is a tough fight. You could have attacked B1 there, he wasn't stealthed anymore. Well, that would have been a heck of a lot better. Let's look for some tech, and then we're gonna try to think that through a little more. Overcharged protection booster, what does this do? Oh, overcharged potency. We don't need more potency. We don't need stim packs. We don't need stim packs. Alright. Let's check the Conquest store. See what's available. Stim packs, tenacity booster. This is what I need. Maybe this will help. It only costs 15, that's good. Evasion booster, what is this? 11% evasion, that won't help much. Health med pack. Max health. Max health might be good. Let's do it. I mean, max health is not going to help us. We're not dying because we're dying. We're dying because they're taking all of our turn meter away. Alright, let's try this. Inventory. Consumables. Tenacity, confirm. Alright, so data discs. Let's see what we don't have equipped right now. Whoops, stacking fervor. Yeah, we have this right. The other thing I wanted to try to do is I wanted to try to remod Brood Alpha. I've been wanting to remod Brood Alpha for a while anyway, and I've been farming tenacity mods, and so let's put some tenacity mods. I have some selected here that I think will be good. That's not right. This one. Alright, so right now we have speed and tenacity. We want to get some more tenacity. So what we want to do is we want to filter this by speed and tenacity in the secondaries. 14 speed and 1% tenacity. This one, we want to leave it where it is because it's a tenacity. Let's just check and see actually. Speed with tenacity in the primary. Yeah, we want to leave that where it is because it's got 9. So this one we want any primary, but we want speed and tenacity. 9 speed, 8 speed, 5 speed. So it'll have to be this one. Alright, and this one, 18 speed, excellent. And this one, speed and tenacity. This will have to do. Okay, so now our speed actually went down a little bit because we took the speed set off, but our tenacity goes up quite a lot. Okay, so we're gonna try this. Duran says you should focus B2 first, otherwise he'll get turn meter every time you damage another separatist. Absolutely, you're absolutely right, but the problem is he's stealth at the beginning, and then after I make my first move, that's the only turn I get. So if I do get another turn and B2 is available, I will attack him. Let's try that. How long did it take you to get number 1 in your fleet shard? Leah is wondering. I don't remember because I remember saying it in the stream that it happened, but I think it was like within the first month and a half, we got rank 2 once. Like as soon as we unlocked fleets, we got rank 2 like one time. Wow, that tenacity booster is doing nothing so far. Brute Alpha is still good to go. Okay, so we have to attack Magna Guard. But then it was like another month and a half. After that, we got knocked back into the 20s, and we kept fighting to try. We got to the top 10. A month and a half later, so like 2.5 months in, we were top 5 consistently, and then we've been able to go from top 5 consistently up to number 1 consistently ever since then. All right, so we do want to cleanse. We do want to get our tank back. Let's do this. Here comes the barrage. Okay, the tenacity helped us with spy this time. We did not get buff immunity. So now we have a choice, and we are going to choose the B2. Excellent. Can we silent strike him right out of there? Yes. Okay, so there we go. We got it now. We got it now. Thanks for the advice, Duran. It was one of those things where it's like, I knew that what you were saying was true already. However, I just didn't find the opportunity to take advantage of it. So it's actually not over yet. I thought once Grievous was done, we were out of the woods. But, we should get the win. We'll have to be okay with the win. Alright, let's get a taunt over here. Oh, that was stupid, because I can't taunt. Let's get Droidica out the rest of the way. Let's get Magna out. And let's just do the big mass assist. So, rank 1, consistently, Leah, I would say was 3.5 months. Top 5 consistently was 2.5 months, and top 10 consistently was probably like 2 months, maybe a month and a half. So not that long. I mean, the Geos do good work. So we got it, you guys. That tenacity helped, and the strategy from Duran helped. So I think we're going to leave it at that. We could carry on and go further, but we are out of time. Let's see how we ended up in Fleet, rank 1. I love it. I love it. Big money. Big money for next time. We had a lot of discussions today. We talked about ships and how to make them stronger. We talked about, what else did we talk about? There was another big thing, 3v3. Good 3v3 teams to use. We didn't get any names. If anybody has any 3v3 names, let's throw them back up real quick. Before we end the stream, if you guys want to throw out any names for these teams, they will ever be immortalized with the name that you've chosen. If not, we'll do it in the Discord later, or we will do it on another stream, maybe during a Grand Arena. Maybe they'll earn their name after being used in the Grand Arena. But yeah, if you want to leave a name for these, leave it in the comments on the video down below after the stream is over. And yeah, I stream every Wednesday and Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. I am having a blast going on this journey with you guys. I'm looking forward to what's happening next. We have a guessing game going on currently as to what day I will be reaching 1 million GP. I'm not going to be like holding back and trying not to hit 1 million. Whenever it happens, it happens. Because like I said, it's not a Grand Arena focused account, so I'm not sweating when I go into the next Grand Arena tier necessarily. Man, the music always stops while we're on our outro. But you guys, I had fun. Thank you so much for joining the stream and for helping me out in the chat. Thank you for going on that journey through my old account with me, and maybe we'll dust that baby off and get it going someday again. Right now, I'm having too much fun with this account. Remember, you guys, that I stream Wednesdays and Fridays at 5 p.m. Eastern. Come join us on the next stream. And until next time, I want you to know that Jesus loves you. We'll see you next time.